From the age of 4 to about the age of 6, the 64 pack of Crayola crayons was the entirety of her life, and she loved those crayons and what they let her create. With every color of the rainbow, even the shades that didn't exist still made a blank piece of paper something hard for her to resist. You see, it became something like an addiction. Craving daily to fill the blank canvas with her smooth strokes and rough wax. To her, every picture was a masterpiece filled with exuberant pride, so running, with papers in hand, to show her mother, "Mommy, look what I've done." And in return for her prized possession of the day, she got the unconcerned, nonchalant reply of, "Not now, sweetie. Mommy's busy." While her crayons grew stubby and worn out and old, they got to the point where they were hard to hold, because she ain't had the one with the built-in sharpener. She had to peel the paper from around the edges in an attempt to cling to the best part of her childhood, which was holding on to the simplicities of life for as long as possible. And it was fleeting right away from her in front of her eyes. Trying to preserve what was left, she used her crayons less and less. While it still happened, they became scattered and lost like the departed seeds of a hoped-on dandelion, like the cries of a small person in a massive crowd, like bits of broken glass on the beach. And before you know, she could only find 4 halves and 6 whole pieces. 10 pieces of her 64 pack, 10 pieces of her precious childhood was all that remained, and all of a sudden she was 10 plus 6, 16, and angry, surrounded by plenty, but still felt neglected. Her lonely in her hatred she coped with and accepted, still searching for her artwork to just be respected, and in this search her life now consisted of a new type of pack. She met a boy with a 6-pack who was also packing, got her smoking a pack daily, got her in love like crazy, and he made her a pact, and he promised they'd be together forever, while she was secretly wishing forever would urgently end, because forever in fear was just too long. Fear of having to use even more packs. Ice packs, that is. For her black and blue souvenirs of love. Every blow was a different shade that outlined the open blank canvas of her face, and his apologies colored in these lines with swirled together colorful lies that finished this distorted beauty seen only through her eyes, and she accepted it over and over for unknown satisfactions. His oh so cute dimples were her weakness, and her forgiveness led to artificial affections that led to a pack of plastic wrapped in gold that she was pressured to use, believing everything she was told. She just needed something to grasp, and in return Mother Nature gave her a baby to hold, so running with tears in her eyes to tell her mother, "Mom, look what I've done." And in return for the most vulnerable time in her life, she got the unconcerned reply of, "Get out." Guilt left her mind for the first time. And now everyone else around her was to blame for all the hate that was self-proclaimed, for all the feelings at the pit of her soul. These feelings now lay curled carefully in the pit of her womb, and tears outlined the open blank canvas that was her face, and an overbearing yet discreet pain colored them in at 6:04 a.m. as she gave birth to a baby girl weighing 6.4 OZ into a world that just wasn't ready. And as her daughter turned 4, so did her daily packs, and to that she added a 6-pack, thinking her life could not possibly get more off track, and she began to reminisce on times when she had hope and passion. Her absolute youngest memories were the ones where she was the wisest, when she saw the world as nothing but a gigantic coloring book. So in a revelation of recollection, she realized it was time to move, so she packed her mental bags of self-neglect and self-pity, to trade them in for her old self, to trade them in for her own health, to trade them in for a 64-pack of Crayola crayons with the sharpener, to give to the most valuable wealth she had found in the most wonderful mistake of her life, her daughter, staring up at her with eyes that matched her own and dimples deeply dented. As she held up her artwork on a crisp piece of paper, Mommy, look what I've done." And in return for the most unmeasurable pride, her mother replied, "It's beautiful, sweetie."